Alrighty then, Successful Indie Author 5-Minute Focus, episode 786, Dialogue and Point of View. Here's Stanley. He was snoring a minute ago until I started talking. Alright, Dialogue and Point of View, POV. My books are roughly 70% dialogue. Every time I do an analysis of it through AutoCrit, it tells me I write a lot of dialogue. Well, I think that's the characters. Characters carry the plot forward. Narrative, try to keep that down to a minimum. I've been exploring more narrative in recent books. However, it's still characters talking and doing what they say they're going to do. That's how you build trust. Say you're going to do something and do it. It's also misleading. Sometimes they're trying to work the other person, and that also adds some mystery and some elements to help move the plot and side plots around. The dialogue tags, you'll see some flamethrower type arguments online about dialogue tag. Don't use them, use only said, whatever. Use whatever your readers are good with. If you use said every time, it kind of disappears, and it looks annoying. As an author, I don't like repetitive words. And if you use said every time, you might have it hundreds of times. I try not to use any word hundreds of times in a book. You just have to make sure that the speaker is clear. That's the big thing. I might have them do something and then say something, so you know, hey, we're looking at this character, and then a character says something. So I hope that the readers all assume, and I've written enough books, yes, the readers assume. There are times when I have a long list of dialogue back and forth, and you get lost. And I've gotten some reviews where they said, hey, I got lost. I didn't know who was speaking. And my editor will do that to me, too. Who's saying this? So it's important to make sure the reader knows who's speaking. That's probably the biggest element when you're looking at dialogue tags and tagging dialogue and making sure the whoever's working it is clear. Got to make sure that's clear. Character traits. What kind of character traits do you get out of dialogue? Is this person a habitual liar? Are they planting Easter eggs? What do they love? So I say, did you Star Trek me? I threw that in a last book. I thought that was pretty good. A little bit of an Easter egg, a little bit of other stuff to keep it interesting. Quips. My time in the military, 20 years in the Marine Corps, there was a lot of great nuanced dialogue and one-liners. That's what she said. All right, whatever. That one's a little bit overused. However, those kind of one-liners have a great audience. The audience is receptive to those. So get those in there. Not the cliches, but come up with your own one-liners. Be inspired. Be original. Gives you insight into the characters. Is a character always doing something, always commenting one way? What's that about? Dialogue. 70%. It also helps keep me from doing a lot of telling and not a lot of showing. We have characters talk about something. They don't go on a long diatribe of a thing. Hey, this looks like and then you just post it. That's still telling. So telling, not showing. Hey, what's this look like to you? Looks green. Oh, I think it's blue. Remember that argument, that dress? Whoa, crazy. I don't know. Hey, see what you want to see? It's good. I've edited my own books. I absolutely see what I want to see because I'm crap at editing my own books because there's stuff in there that I miss. So insight into the characters from their point of view. So if you're third person past, third person omni, first person, a different first person, dialogue gives you that insight, and that's the view of that person without having to get into their mind. So if you're doing a first person, like post-apocalyptic is generally first person, it's I did this, I saw this, but then when somebody speaks, you don't get into their mind. The best thing you can do is get into their words and see, is that what they really mean? It helps kind of POV, a little bit of head hopping without doing the head hopping. Narrative fills in gaps. So that's the gaps in your story. It keeps your characters active and engaged, moving the plot forward. Characters are the ones who always move the plot forward. Technology and other stuff really always comes down to the characters, in my mind. I might be wrong, but not really. All the books I read, it's the characters moving that plot forward. And that's what dialogue is all about for me, as opposed to just all observations. Now, people do what they say they're going to do. Maybe they don't have to say anything, and they just do things. It's like, I trust this person. I mean, you've got characters that can't speak. Are there alien characters where nobody can communicate with them, but they're along for the ride? What are they doing? I mean, the aliens in Aliens, they didn't speak, but we saw them do all kinds of things. You still have the conversations. The conversations in Aliens were great. Yeah, I'm dequotified right now. I can't think of the best quotes. I'm failing miserably. I'm choking. I'm on national TV. All right, Stanley's still happy though. All right, dialogue. Keep it going. Those conversations help move the plot forward. That's all you're looking at. Make sure the reader knows who's talking. Simple enough, without overusing any one word, without being too creative with your dialogue tags where you're losing the reader, where it's line after line of some creative new word from the synonym dictionary that synonyms like grammar used to make. Use all that stuff. It's all good. Peace, fellow humans.